Something tells me the Kingpin didn't put his latest acquisition on display. If we want the stone, we'll have to find him first.
Let's go, gang.
I would have laughed if there was nothing out there and he did that and he just splats on the ground. Such a dramatic moment and all for nothing. Alright, let's just hit that to make sure we get our checkpoint and let's move. Oh, okay, there was a rooftop out here. Bullseye didn't just jump to his death. No boxes down there. Let's move.
These have anything to do with those statues we saw earlier?
Don't look at me. Iron Fist.
Rightio, so I guess earlier on it was more of a tutorial, and now we're actually gonna have to match the coloured baubles up with the coloured displays.
Great. Here come more of the Crimson Ninjas of West Midtown.
And why do I get the feeling that these aren't the only ninjas we're gonna come across? Every time we're gonna put something down on one of these trays, we're gonna get more ninjas coming out to try and stop our advances. Each time in a greater and greater frequency. Do you know what? I really never get tired of throwing Cap's shield like that. It's just so satisfying. And to be honest, the shield dash as well. It just really feels like it connects. So one thing is I'm not really a huge fan of hack and slash games. That's why I like characters like say like Wolverine or when Drax was flailing his knives around. I'm not really a huge fan of gameplay like that. I like say like the Arkham or Spider-Man gameplays where each punch and kick connects. And obviously I get in a game like this you can't really do that, but I think that's why I like the shield bash and when Captain America throws his shield and stuff like that, because it feels like it really connects. Speaking of connecting things, I need to connect Hulk's fists with a lot of these ninjas' faces. Speaking of ninjas connecting with things, they're throwing a lot of bombs down here. Oh god, I can't even manage to get up the stairs. Oh, there's still a guy down here. I didn't even notice. Hulk, you're having trouble with one ninja? Come on now. I know you can do better than that. And last but not least.
There. That's much better feng shui.
And no ninjas this time, so you know that's a that's a sigh of relief. You know, I'm gonna get Cap for this. I don't like tight corridors when I'm with a squidgy, more ranged character. This corridor has just got Cap written all over it. Oh!
Shield dash.
I do my best fighting in hallways.
Yeah, but I prefer walls I can use to my advantage, not ones I can kick straight through.
I was trying to get a synergy going, but it seems like I wasn't close enough to anyone around me. I just ran right face first into all the ninjas. Oh, I thought there was a hidden wall back there then. Speaking of, what do we need? We need a projectile, so that's Miles. And a shield, that's Cap. And up we go to the big man himself. Right, I'm definitely going to hit that shield checkpoint because this is the first time I played through this game. This boss battle gave me a lot of difficulty. Up until this point, I hadn't really learned the base mechanics of the game, and I hadn't really learned about synergies and how to combo, how to best do damages and stuns and staggers and all that. I was just button mashing. This boss battle made me actually made me learn how to play the game, because this boss battle gave me a lot of trouble. It's also why I made sure I've got Cap and Hulk on my team to knock down the stagger bar, and also why I have Scarlet Witch, so I've got some more what's it called, mastery attacks to hit the Kingpin down, because this boss battle gave me a lot of trouble. But hopefully this time around we're gonna do a lot better.
You know, it would have been far easier to just make an appointment. A shame that the only currency your kind seems to understand is power. Fortunately, I recently obtained a surplus. Shall we get down to business?
If we must.
I climbed from the gutters of Hell's Kitchen to the top of the world. Now, with this crystal enhancing my power, this city will belong to Wilson Fisk.
So, when does the fight start again?
This one's
Let
for
me in
free.
on
can alter this outcome.
So yeah, Kingpin is a physical attacker. He does sometimes fire some weird beams out of his out of that stick of his, out of that crystal that he's got on his staff or whatever you want to call it. But for the most part, he's a physical attacker with physical resistance. That's why I wanted Scarlet Witch on my team, just in case Hulk and Cap weren't quite cutting it with the physical attacks.
If you won't bow to my demands, I'm afraid you're in for a very hostile takeover.
Although, to be honest, it seems like I probably would have been safe actually swapping up Scarlet Witch for Daredevil, because it looks like a lot of the trouble that I had with Kingpin the first time I played this was purely just down to inexperience, because we're doing a much better job, yikes, this time around. So I'm actually going to use most of my extreme abilities just to take out these ninjas, because these ninjas just constantly just chip away at your health. So you take down all the cannon fodder, and then you can focus on the main man himself. Hit him with heavy attacks, or if you've got anything like Cap's shield charge, shield bash to knock down his stagger gauge. If not, just constantly hit him with heavy attacks. Hit him with a synergy, stun him, and then just try and hurt him as much as humanly possible in the limited time you have. Yikes! And when he shoots out those beams, you can either use the dodge to try and escape, or if you've got a flying character like a Scarlet Witch, you can just take to the skies and escape that way. This might be a perfect time to show off her damage in field. As I say, she's a good supportive character, but when they're beating you up like that, that is not the time to use it. You really want the focus to be on other characters like Captain America and Hulk and people like that, so she can hit from a distance, but when they're right in front of you, that is not the time to use that ability. Rightio, back to the man himself. And when he jumps like this, as I say, all you want is either a flying character or just to time your jumps so you're up in the air when he's hitting the ground, and he should be able to stay away from the from the shockwaves. Ugh. Speaking of shockwaves,
This one's
me
for
in on that.
freedom.
the bigger they are, the larger they fall.
I'm afraid your deal's been canceled, Fisk. No refunds.
Oh, that's a fancy gem. But it isn't one of ours. If you don't want it, Quill, I'd be glad to take it off your hands.
If that isn't one of your Infinity Stones, then what the hell is it?
Never seen anything like it before. Some sort of isotopic ore, maybe? But without running a few tests, we can't waste our time on that. Not when the other stones are still out there.
Well, that went so much better than it did the first time around. I think I had so much trouble with him the first time around just due to inexperience and the fact that I didn't have a team that properly complemented each other. But reasons like that is exactly why I say you want to build a team that actually works together. I've got Hulk and Cap that just knock down the stagger bar. Miles Morales later on will be better on for clearing enemies. Some of the attacks he gets later, you can synergize to clear so many enemies, and he synergizes with so many of the characters. And Scarlet Witch was just good for ranged attacks and get some mastery attacks. But you can see how much easier that boss battle was when you've got characters and experience that actually, and a strategy that actually works well. I just want to pick up all these glowing orbs. I don't need them, but just I was watching them glow there, and I just have to pick them up. I just can't help myself. So maybe I could have had Daredevil on my team after all, so, oh well. Do you know what, actually? I'm going to swap him up now. I'm actually going to put Daredevil on my team. He's not going to be on my team for very long, but I'm going to put him on my team, just because I want to use him for a bit.
I'm ready to present my case.
And he's slightly lower leveled than everyone else, but I just want him on my team. I want to play with him for a little bit. The only reason I wanted Scarlet Witch on my team for so long was because I wanted her for that boss battle, but it seems like I really didn't need her, so... Daredevil's getting the cut. Well, Daredevil's making the cut, more to the point. So, we've got Performers of Flurry of Chained Baton Attacks. Press repeatedly. So that's kind of like Drax's flurry of attacks. And Connect Batons, the Performers of Forward and Spin Attack. Well, I've only got 10 AP points, so I'll just put one in each of these. And I don't think they're only at level 13, so I don't think I can really add anything else into this. Now, level 15, they'll get more up. So these guys just have to sort of sit as they are for now. And let's take a look at the lab, and let's see if there's anything we can tinker with, if there's anything we can add to this team. So we've got, 150,000 credits. Yeah, I definitely think we can start making some upgrades here. So let's put one into Resilience. And let's add another one into Mastery. I'm just going to kind of keep this one a bit even going around for now. So that's 20,000 for 200 or 10,000 for... Or 10,000 for 30. Wow, okay. An extra 10,000 and it adds on another 170 Vitality. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for that Vitality first, to be honest. And as you can see here, yeah, an enhanced hexagon has been unlocked. So what this does is, because it was a vitality one that I picked up there, this hexagon here basically is anything to do with vitality. And as you see, yeah, there's some strength, and yeah, there's some mastery as well. It's not all to do with vitality, but this is mainly like the vitality hexagon. And a lot of the buffs you see here are also to do with that. So, let's have a look. Recovers 3% of extreme attack damage done as HP. So some of them are just light attack damage, some of them are just damage outputs, but most of this hexagon is to do with vitality. And as you can see here, HP recovery in 10-second intervals, recover 1% HP per incapacitated team member. Unlock conditions require all nodes of this hexagon. So unless you literally put all of your points into this hexagon, this is something that you probably won't fulfill unless you do like New Game Plus, you complete the game and then go through the entire game again. So what I'm going to do is just focus on this middle hexagon for now, and then some of that stuff will be done probably at a later date. So let's add another one into energy as well, increases the rate of restore extreme gauge, blah, 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 blah. So we definitely want that as well, because every time we use our abilities and with synergies, which we're going to be doing a hell of a lot, it restores the extreme gauge by an additional 3%. So we definitely want some of that as well. And if I can afford it, which I think I can, I'm going to put another one into the offensive buff. Increases damage done to stunned enemies by 3%, which is exactly what we want as well, because when they're stunned, they take more damage, and then this increases that further. So I think, yeah, what I'll probably do is actually just go around, complete all these side hexagons here, and then we'll work on completing the rest of it. So let's just unlock all these other side hexagons. Plus, this point here is so much better than that one there, in my opinion, anyway. And it's only an extra 10,000 it costs, so... decreases damage taken from energy attacks. Oh yeah, we want that. And let's get this last one over here in Mastery. And we have an extra 10,000 points, so I'm just probably going to put that in here and increase our Vitality by an extra 30. Good, 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 good. And all these things were added up here. If you ever want a grand total of basically everything that's happening, I believe if you click on a character here, where you see the bar to the top right that says their strength, their energy, vitality, etc., you see in the yellow you got plus 40 for strength, plus 290 for vitality. I think that's all of the effects we've seen from the lab. I believe so. But, yeah. With that being said and done, I think it's time for us to get around and start moving. Definitely going to be using Daredevil as well, because he's not going to be on my team for very long, so I'm going to need to utilize him as much as possible while I can.
That sure was a whole lot of nonsense.
When isn't it, partner?
Will the other defenders be joining us in our search for the Infinity Stones?
You know, this cosmic stuff isn't really our strong suit.
Says the guy who got powers by plunging his fist into the heart of a dragon.
He's got you there.
Way I see it, we don't got much of a choice. We can't defend streets that have been wiped from existence.
You make a valid point. So, where does this epic quest take us next?
I was just wondering the same thing.
Well, as Spider-Man said, you can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there isn't a neighborhood to protect.
You can't have it. It's mine now.
If that's not an Infinity Stone, what could it be?
Who cares? What's really important is what it does. And if it could turn that walking tub of vanilla frosting into a formidable foe, just imagine what it could do to a finely tuned specimen like yours truly.
I think I'd rather not.
Admit it, you already did, and you liked it.
I'm sure there's some fan art out there somewhere with that exact image depicted on it, but I, for one, am happy to not witness it myself.
I have served my purpose here. I shall take my leave now.
Wait, won't you help us? We could really use your skills.
Unlike the others you've found in this place, I'm no defender of the innocent. What use could you heroes possibly have for an assassin?
Hopefully none, but if things get really bad.
Then you might require someone willing to bloody their hands. I understand. And I accept. For now.
So as I say, if you go through the Infinity Trials, you can unlock her. But if you don't want to play the Infinity Trials, then she will stay as just an NPC. But I'm actually going to swap Daredevil out real quick. I just realised I could have actually spoke to him with the other characters, but by putting him on my team, I actually can't do that. So let's just swap him out for, I don't know, anyone. Crystal of all people. The only time she's going to be on my team. There he is.
There's something about the Kingpin's crystal.
How do you think it made him so powerful?
I don't know, but just being close to it, I felt my senses were twice as acute as normal. It might give us the extra boost we need, if it's safe.
Yeah, if it's safe, that being the key word. And if it's not?
That's not something I think we want to learn the hard way. We need to find a way to test it.
We've got a lot of eggheads on our team. I'm sure one of them will be able to. But anyway, let's swap Crystal back out again. Oh, we couldn't have done it without you, Crystal. You saved our team. The MVP of the whole game. But let's get Daredevil back on our team. And let's see where our adventure takes us next.
So, what'd I miss?
We found the Kingpin's crystal, but it isn't an Infinity Stone.
Yeah, sorry about that. Not every tip pans out. But at least it's still nice and shiny, right?
Yeah, I know, Rocket seems to really enjoy it. Any other leads on objects of immense cosmic power?
1. Something turned up over at the Hellfire Club. That place gets kinda freaky though, even for me. Maybe it's better if I scout it out alone first.
What if it's one of the Infinity Stones?
I've got Luke on speed dial, so I'll keep you posted. In the meantime, you want me to take the Kingpin's gem to the pawn shop for you?
I think we can handle it. Whatever it is, it might come in handy.
Well, if you change your mind, I know a guy.
I get the feeling you know quite a few. That sounded dirty. That wasn't what I meant. I just meant she had connections.
So, that was my first official ninja temple. That's something, right?
I guess.
Why so glum, chum?
All of this is just so much bigger than us. I mean, I can barely do my own laundry. Stopping cosmic annihilation is a bit outside my comfort zone.
Then, you probably should be glad that you have friends who have done this kind of thing before on your team.
Wait, does that mean we're...
Sure, at least for today. Go ahead, say it. You know you want to.
Say what?
Avengers Assemble, baby!
You are such a nerd.
If you like this video and want to see more going forwards, please consider pressing the like button. It really helps the channel to grow. If you're new here, definitely subscribe and always push that notification bell to be notified of all future videos going forward.